How are you holding up, Des?
I'm just hot.
You're just hot?
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is where it is. I don't see you going anywhere else.
I don't think so.
Because after this, I think you're just creating a path. I mean, it is all open up there. And it's kind of open right here. Kind of. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think, again, I'm going to go with my better judgment. And that would just be creating a path after that.
Okay.
What is this? That is that.
What?
This is a beaten path. Because there's no grass there.
I'm just casting some light, Mike, so you can see.
Still love these vines. Look ones. I love it. And they go forever. Thank God we're not underwater. That was something. So what's this area, huh? You think patients might have come down here?
Huh?
Patients. Like a recent coming down here and smoking a cigarette or popping a pill. Because is that a scratch ticket right there? I think there is candy wrappers. People have been down there. Oh, there's lots of life up here.
Okay. Okay. We're going back up, right? Okay. I'm good. Oh, shit. Oh. Come on, old lady, you can do it. What button is it? Stop. Saved. This sucks, my thing didn't even go off. Maybe we can do like Wind Woods. Hey, do you want to put this little recorder in your pocket, please? I don't want it to fall out of my loose pockets. Thank you. They are. I just don't know why what.
It's all played.
There you go. Works.
I'm right here. I'm coming. We're gonna have to watch all the footage.
Now, this would be an opportunistic moment for the men and women to take a photo of that picturesque scene right there, with the tree up, the lighting, the shadow of the trees.
I got it. Oh, whoops.
That looks beautiful. Danvers State Hospital. The establishment of Danvers State Lunatic Asylum was a part of a 19th century Massachusetts health reform movement designed to sympathetically care for those in the Commonwealth who suffered from mental illness. A large expanse of land, including the 257-foot-high glacial drumlin known as Hawthorne Hill, and eventual purchase of the property created a campus for over 500 acres of land for the hospital and ancillary purposes. Construction of the Danvers State Hospital began in 1874, and the original massive hospital building promoted a standardized method of asylum construction and mental health treatment, originally developed by Dr. Thomas Story Kirkbride back in 1809 and passed away in 1883. Treatment was conceived to include removing patients from the increasingly complex society resulting from the Industrial Revolution to the asylum. This asylum setting would consist of specially planned buildings and landscapes in a calm and fresh air environment, all promoting healing and recovery. Daniel J. Bradley, who was born 1829 and passed away 1888, a prominent Boston architect, was consultant architect for the project, while James F. Ellis became superintendent architect. Mind you, you might want to take notes of these names and research them to find out what happens to them later in their lives after this building project was done. Danvers was an excellent example for the classic superintendent architect. Kirkbride Hospital, consisting of a central administration building flanked by the 8th stop back patient wing. The design of the Danvers State Hospital was in the Gothic Revival style. The exterior included Danvers red bricks trimmed with contrasting gray Rockport granite. Note Rockport. Check out Rockport and its ghostly sightings. The roof was of slate, and the central core of the complex contained offices, a dining kitchen, facilities, and a chapel, while the four wings on each side were devoted to patient care. Often called the Castle upon the Hill for its over $1.4 million cost, the quarter-mile-long Kirkbride structure was 3.5 stories high and of rich architectural ornamentation, including towers of turrets. The Danvers State Hospital was open for care of up to 450 patients beginning in May 1878, and the land complex eventually included over 40 major minor buildings. And on the lower acreage was a located a large and vibrant farm complex where animals were raised and extensive crops cultivated for in-house use. But whenever possible, patients were used in the operation of the hospital, including many occupational therapy areas as common laborers and workers on the farm. The Danvers Hospital played a significant role in advancing trends of psychiatric treatment, including some treatments which by today's standard seems barbarous. Danvers was the first state to hire a woman doctor back in 1879 and the second to establish a nurses training school in 1889 and construct a nurses residence in 1898. A pathological laboratory was established in 1895 and first social worker was hired back in 1902. Community outreach programs were instituted back in 1912, and in 1899, the Danvers Mirror newspaper described the hospital as one of the most advanced institutions of its kind in the country, providing all practical means possible for intelligent treatments of insanity as a disease. An overcrowding and underfunding led to the decline of the Danvers State Hospital beginning in the 1930s, and nevertheless, caretakers struggled to maintain programs that reflected on humanistic values of early asylums. Success attracted unprecedented numbers of patients, however, and who overwhelmed the hospital up to over 2,600 patients. With the successful introduction of a drug therapy and growing concern of patient rights, such asylum facilities as Danvers began to be phased out, with the last Danvers patients reassigned in 1992. So construction in 205 and 207 gave new life to this abandoned Commonwealth, which you see before us today. It's turned into condos. The Massachusetts property by transforming it into residential community, and 4 key elements of the original hospital campus have been preserved. We passed the original earlier. The original 1878 Central Administration Building and the 2 flanking residential wings. The system of winding drives lined by ancient trees, acres of open space which include agricultural fields, pastures, and woodlands, and the cemetery used for the burial of hundreds of unclaimed patients who died at this hospital. And thanks to much concern, the cemetery is now rededicated with appropriate memorials. So, Danvers State Hospital was a facility in a time which the general population attempted to alleviate the problems of many members with care and empathy that, though not always successful, was nobly attempted.